but what it's mostly known for is its shock value. And yeah, The Boys has this too, but if you want me to dedicate a video to that as well, let me know in the comments down below. Well, here we are. As you just saw in my previous video about how Invincible shocked its audience, I mentioned The Boys, and since you guys all unanimously liked and commented on the video, making it my second highest ranking video of my channel, I feel like the message was pretty clear to me. So let's talk The Boys. There are two things that makes The Boys work really well. The first one is parody. If GTA 5 is a perfect game parody of the United States, then The Boys is the perfect show parody of the United States. They take the terrible two-party system the United States has and make a fool out of it, with the Homelander supporters and the Starlight supporters being two polar opposites who, instead of thinking for themselves, praise one figure on top for their ideologies. And though it's fine to have your political preferences, you still should be able to think for yourselves and think critically, instead of someone else doing the thinking for you. Then there is the way that they handle the internet, which is absolutely incredible. The terrible streaming services like VOD+, a direct reference to, of course, Disney+, advertisements everywhere, and of course the way they handle social media. The Boys lots of times feels like a stupid comedy, but it's pretty intelligent. It also handles other issues like racism and sexism.
Were you part of that other thing too?
What other thing?
She knows. Tell him.
The unwritten policy was to sell the cocaine strictly to minority neighborhoods. Destabilize, demoralize, while staying out of white ones.
Way better than other shows and movies do nowadays. And they also criticize superhero stories with hollow female characters that are either arrogant and perfect, or just some side character for the protagonist.
Great work.
Thank you so much.
The script is a great start. Really good bones. I just have a few headlines.
Yeah, totally. Listen, we can tweak dialogue right up to the day of production.
Yeah, it's not really tweaks. It's more global.
Okay, yeah. What are we thinking?
You write all women as either unknowable Hitchcock bitches or Michael Bay fuck dolls. I mean, I get that a lifetime of jerking off to Transformers didn't exactly make you popular with the ladies, but a little effort would be nice.
I could go deeper into this, and I could do that in another video about The Boys, but there still is another powerful way that The Boys uses to keep the audience watching, and it's in the title. Where Invincible gets us emotionally invested, The Boys is way better at just tickling our shocking senses, making us kind of sympathize with the character to hate them moments later. There's also the very obvious shock moments, with blood, gore, and maybe even sexual stuff to just completely shock you with how incredibly brutal the show is. But that's not really what I want to talk about. I don't want to get demonetized even though I make no money. Speaking of making no money, if you subscribe right now, I might get to 1,000 subs sooner and I could make this my full-time job. I'd love to. So I'd love to have you in the club as well. So make sure to do that. Anyways, on with the video. The one character that is undeniably the best at shocking us is Homelander. Without a doubt, Homelander is the face of The Boys. Even though he's not even the main character, he's like the main antagonist, he's still incredibly engaging. There are two scenes that I want to talk about. Without further ado, let's watch the first scene I want to talk about.
Why the long face, Tiger? What if I can't handle him? I mean, if Noir ran, oh, you can handle him. You're the top of the food chain. Hey. When we were kids, alone in the bedroom, I got us through it, right? Don't I always? Always. No matter what. No matter what. And now, I'll get us through this. just as long as you and me stick together. What if Edgar's right? What if it was a mistake to take over Vought, and then I am just talented and they all know I'm a fraud? Now, what do you care what a bunch of mud people think? Come on. Tell me the real reason. I want to hear you say it. Say it! I want them to love me. Yahtzee! Only it never seems to work out, does it? Madeline, Maeve, Stormfront, even your own son. So why do you keep running headfirst into the same brick wall? I don't know. Pants on fire, you know. It's because deep down there's a part of you that is still human. No. Part of you is. A dirty, shriveled, anemic little part of you that still mules for approval and love and a mommy and a daddy and boo-hoo-hoo. Look at me, Tiger. Look at me. We gotta cut that part of you out like a cancer. And then, well then, my boy, you can finally be who you were always meant to be. Pure. Clean. Like marble.
I always like comparing Homelander to Logan Paul. They are both blonde boys that are incredibly spoiled and very successful in life, but have an incredibly fragile ego. One just scams their audience out of nowhere, the other kills their fans or their team members if they don't do what he wants, and they both make something about them when things are not going their way. And this scene breaks the rules of show don't tell, but still manages to be an incredibly good scene. No one else is giving him this pep talk, it's he himself who's giving this pep talk. Since there is literally no one else who would be fit to give him that pep talk, it's just ego boosting. And at the same time, it kind of makes you feel bad for him. He is just like this, there is nothing he can do about it. There is a part of him that wants to be a good guy, but that part is completely overshadowed by his arrogant side, his egotistical, narcissistic side that doesn't care about anything else but himself. And it's kind of sad. We are all hoping for a redemption arc, and it's moments like this that we feel like it might happen, but then a few times we get reminded of just how evil Homelander lets himself be at times. Like this scene.
Oh, fuck! Come on, look. I'm here now. If you jump, I'm just gonna fly down and save you anyway. It's all futile and... She wouldn't... It's my birthday. You probably don't know this because, you know, Jew. Jesus wasn't born on the 25th of December. That was piggybacked off a pagan festival. And guess what? Today's not my birthday either. Nope. Don't know when it is, but sure as hell ain't today. This was just chosen for me by a marketing department. I mean, I can't even have a birthday at all. I wasn't born. I was just poured out of a fucking test tube. Immaculate conception. I know exactly how he must have felt. Jesus. You give and you give, you give your whole fucking life. And what happens? People just tear you down. Why do people destroy their gods? How is it fair that you get saved while a beautiful, perfect God gets killed? You know what, Chelsea? I think you should jump.
I don't think I want to.
You don't want to? Why don't you show a little follow-through, Chelsea? Jump.
Please, I just want to get
I'm not
down.
suggesting anymore. Jump.
Oh, please. Oh, God, oh, God.
No. No God. The only man in the sky is me.
The fuck did she bite off her own tongue?
Scenes like these are disgusting, almost. Instead of caring about Stormfront, or caring about the girl who is literally about to kill herself, he starts making it all about him. It's his birthday, no one else's. It's all about him. He feels offended that someone would die on their birthday. Like it's something they intentionally did to hurt Homelander. This is a very clear narcissistic trait, and if you know any narcissistic people, then you know that there are actually people that behave like this. That's not a joke. There is people out there that make everything about them. Instead of asking you about your day or listening to your story, they instead want to vent off their story and feel offended if you for some reason leave them in any way, shape or form, if it's something that you could do something about or not at all. The lack of empathy is chilling. I would love to be an actor someday, but something like this I would never to be able to act out. Having to show so much lack of empathy, it would just break me. And it's through moments like this that The Boys keeps shocking us over and over again. We know Homelander at this point. We know he's a bad guy and we know he only cares about himself. He is not conquering Earth for the greater good, or at least believing to be the greater good. He is not a superhero for the money. He is not a superhero for the saving or the power. He simply wants attention. It's an incredible way of writing a superhero character, quote unquote, because we don't really see that concept being explored more in the superhero genre. And Homelander is not the only shocking factor of The Boys. There is one scene in Gen V, which I'm just gonna count as The Boys Season 3.5, that without actually showing any blood, is still incredibly unnerving.
No. I'm gonna save the real Emma, not you. You're not real.
Real like that?
I heard you ripped the guy's throat out. Hey, freeze!
I was just a little fool when I heard his name. He's the graveyard legend of the dancing game. You might say he invented
a single dad with two daughters. Their names are Haley and...
Oh, Sam. You have to stop hurting people.
Even though this scene consists of just puppets, they are able to convey so much emotion in these puppets, and lack of emotion. All these soldiers being ripped off one by one have their voices match their expressions. You can feel the fear that they are feeling at that point. And you can also sense how incredibly stubborn and emotionless Sam's character is. Even when the one soldier says he's a single dad with two daughters, Sam doesn't care. He doesn't even think about what he's doing. He just shuts him up and rips his head off. I absolutely love when shows do things like this. Take something completely out of the box and still bring over the message that the audience needs to know over through their very unique art style or whatever way they are choosing to shoot a scene. Without the voices of the soldiers and without their expressions, maybe this would be a funny scene, but with everything as one package put together, this is terrifying. Mainly the way The Boys shocks you is with subverting expectations of just gruesome gore / gruesome backstories. In this case, it's a little bit of both, since there's not real blood in the scene except when it turns back to normal, but there is a lot of emotional and narrative baggage that is hidden within this scene. The same goes for the Homelander scene. Even though there is not too much gore in that, it still has a lot of baggage because of the narrative it pushes, because of the story it tells about Homelander, and just how incredibly gruesome he is. Season 4 of The Boys is coming up soon, and I cannot wait for more moments like this, and I hope that they are able to tell a good narrative again. Because for my part, The Boys got better every season, and if that still consists, then that would mean that Season 4 will be the greatest piece of television of all time. So let's hope it is, and I want to know your thoughts on The Boys. Let me know in the comments down below, and if you want me to talk about The Boys as a real-life parody, let me know in the comments down below as well. We are now at 500 subscribers, by the way. I want to thank you, each and every one of you, for subscribing. It really helps, and I'm really grateful. And let's just go for the next milestone. This milestone is a little bit further away, with just 1,000 subscribers. But I am pretty down to take that challenge, and I hope that you are as well. Thank you for watching. Until the next one.